Good morning. So, last night, Sneak crawls into bed with me and he's like cuddling all up on me, like needs to be touching me, which is unusual. But on top of that, he was coughing so loud he woke me up, louder than ever before, and extremely wet cough, which is very disturbing to me. I believe he has pneumonia. I called our vet and I was like, hey, I know you said don't bring him in because he's a biter and aggressive, but I think my cat's dying, so can I have some antibiotics? And they're gonna call me back and let me know if they're okay with that. I'm hoping they call me back soon because I'd really like to get started on treating him immediately. This has been ridiculous. He's had a mild cough since I got him in November. I took him into the vet the first time. They gave me some antibiotics. They told me to put him on a hairball thing, formula. I got him on some hairball medication. The cough went away with the antibiotics, but gradually came back. And so I took him back in and they said, no, you need him on hairball food. This is all hairball related, but also please don't bring your cat in. You'd honestly be better putting your cat down. He's too violent. And I was like, no, absolutely not. You don't know my cat. My cat is mostly okay behind closed doors and just doesn't really want that much from anybody. And in the past few months, that's kind of changed. She's definitely started demanding pets and coming up to me and being like, what's going on? What are you doing? Can I hang out? Which is really quite cool. I really hope the vet calls me back soon. I'm beyond anxious about that. I am going back up into the woods today, and I need to clean my house because I'm the kind of person who gets sidetracked with a project and then everything piles up. It's just awful. And then I get too tired to deal with it, so I might do that off camera, or maybe I'll do a time lapse of it. But it's getting out of hand. I really should practice skating soon because I've not skated in like 5 days. So that's just gonna lose me some progress. Freddie seems to be doing better this morning though. My cat's name is Frederick Gojira Nietzsche, or Freddy, or Sneak, or Catadias. So, just for the record, I only have one cat. And they just have many names. They're also gender neutral, so you catch me switching between pronouns pretty regularly. There's something in my eyeball. Oh my god, I gotta go. Alright, I've sat here for an hour watching YouTube and drinking my coffee. That's my actual morning routine. I'm gonna brush my teeth, throw some coconut oil in his hair, and then actually clean something. The vet called me back. Gonna go get some meds for Freddie. I'm really hoping this knocks out his respiratory infection forever because it would be so nice if my cat could be healthy. We'll see. Okie dokie. Got Sneak's meds, and I'm gonna go clean the fuck out of my house and make a juice and a stir fry and start this day with some genuine nutrition. Hopefully. Okay, so as you can see, my life has completely fallen apart in the past 3 days because I've been running adventures and not cleaning my kitchen. Got like 3 days worth of dishes. Gonna get it. 40 minutes to clean, and a lot of that is just because I haven't been doing it every day. Last week I was really good about doing it every day. And thinking about that brought me to wanting to talk about Unfuck Yourself by Gary Bishop. It's a self-help book that I've been reading this year. I like to pick up a self-help book every year and just absorb it almost religiously. I re-listen to it, I reapply it, and I do this all year long. The first half of his book is about being persistent, and that means accepting that motivation's not gonna come. Your depression is not you can't count on it to lift. You can't count on some magical thought or feeling to come sweep you up and inspire you to do. You aren't your thoughts, you're what you do. And I've had less than stellar success internalizing that one. I know someone who has zero motivation and almost no positive thoughts, and he is just trucking along doing every day. And while he can't see what he's doing, I see it, and he's slaying the first half of this book. And I really have been trying to emulate that, so we'll see. We'll see if I stay with it. The second half of this book is about your perception, your innate ability as a human being to just desperately want to predict the future and know what's going to happen, and how uncertain life is. The only certainty in life is death, and that all of the pain you feel in life is from the gap between your expectations and how things actually go down. And learning to realize when you have expectations, learning to stop having expectations for things you can't control. It's not to say that you can't set up boundaries and tell people up front, I expect you not to lie to me. It just means that you need to know when you have those expectations so you can express those things, and when those expectations are out of your control so that you can not worry about them and not be as hurt when things go wrong. And that, I think, I've applied brilliantly. I hate saying I'm really working on not doing that. So as a human, you're constantly trying to look towards the future. You're trying to see where you're going to have windfalls, where you're going to fail, where you're going to succeed. And by doing so, you've kind of set yourself up for that pain. It's really about living in the moment. And I've got to say, the second half of this book has curb stomped my anxiety. Internalizing this has made accepting that life is as uncertain as death so much easier to accept. And I love that, which is odd because I am so unfathomably terrified by the uncertainty of death, and most of the time afraid I'm going to die all day, every day. But listening to this book and internalizing that I don't have to feel that pain if I can let go of those expectations has been really excellent for my anxiety. I'm gonna go knock out the bedroom, bathroom, living room, start my laundry, and I'll get back to y'all when I make some food and some juice. So I'm gonna make a Thai-inspired noodle stir fry with like a peanut butter sauce. It's one of my favorite things to make. The first thing I do when I'm cooking is get the shit that's gonna cook for the longest amount of time on the stove. So that's the tofu, and I've got water boiling for the noodles, and then I just chop up everything I need to prep and get all the vegetables in side dishes so that I can just dump them in there when it's the right time. I'm also going to prep all the stuff for the juice I'm making to go with lunch. So, juice, stir fry, see you in a bit. small handful of noodles with those meals that I eat carbs in, just because I'm desperately trying to avoid them. I've noticed that I lose a lot more weight when I cut out pasta in every meal. And I'm also going to put the greens in last, even though they're in this bowl. But we're just about ready to cook those up. Tofu is good. I'm very happy about it. This is cooked. Pasta's in. This is the wok oil I like to use a little bit for canola. And then I'll probably throw in just like some soy sauce and some hoisin sauce and peanut butter. So while I made the juice, this all fried up, I'm just going to throw that in there. We'll place it and a lid. I'll make some sauce real quick. Okay, so peanut butter sauce is my favorite Thai sauce by miles, and it is the easiest thing to make and like the most underrated sauce, because you get a big old scoop of peanut butter, which is nice big pile of protein. You take some hoisin sauce. I like the Soy Vay company. I like their teriyaki sauce. I love their hoisin sauce. They make the best sauces. You need like a sploosh of that. Some soy sauce. It's best to make the sauce you're planning on eating it in the bowl you're planning on eating it out of. And then boiling water. You want about as much boiling water as you put in peanut butter. And then you just mix that up. And it's not gonna want to mix immediately. First, your peanut butter is gonna separate in weird ways, and it's gonna look unappealing for a while. You just have to keep mixing. It'll break up. And it'll be like teeny tiny chunks of peanut butter, and you'll think you've done it wrong and it's curdled and it just looks bad. But you just have to keep stirring. If it doesn't solve itself, add more peanut butter. It means you have too much water and not enough peanut butter. Almost there. There it is, proper peanut butter sauce. Easy, easy. And our veggies are steamed. And that's done. We're ready to go. Try not to forget the most absolutely crucial step, which is throw green onions on everything, always. If you make a savory dish, the answer is green onions. To have my table back as a table and be able to eat breakfast on it and put my coffee on it. Yesterday, went out to the Rainbow Gathering, handed out a bunch of photos of Ian. They all were so happy to help me look for him, and then my mom called me and she was like, Ian told Chris where he was headed, because apparently Ian came home and nobody freaking stopped it. I don't know. He's an adult. We can't actually stop him from doing anything, but I think the plan is to talk him into joining the army, which, as much as I don't endorse that, might relieve him of his legal trouble. So, I think that's where we're at. And I think I'm going back up later today. I might work out first, and I might edit this video some first so I know exactly how much music I need for the silent parts of my video. Okay, bye. Do a quick low-carb carbonara, some chickpea pasta. I'm gonna do about a quarter of the box, which is about 15 grams of protein. Some of this vegan Alfredo sauce, some Boca crumbles, sun-dried tomatoes, and a little bit of these fake bacon. Carbonara turned out bomb AF. It's just, you know, maybe not the most beautiful thing in the world. I tried to film a clip of me working out. It's just too comedically sexual for me to put in here. I'm like debating it, but really no. It's just squats, push-ups, and what are they called? Bridge press? I don't know. Just looks like I'm dry humping the air, so we're gonna pass on that. I'm maybe not a fitness blogger. Headed back out into the woods. I got news that my brother is almost definitely headed out there. I've spoken to his lawyer, I've spoken to my mother. The best option for him is just to go talk to his probation officer, and I expect to be finding him today. I'm also gonna have some s'mores and hang out with some good folks. It's gonna be great. Whew, I'm anxious. It's gonna be fine though. Alrighty, so yesterday was my last day at the Rainbow Gathering. I had a lot of fun. I spoke to everyone there. They're all on board to pass my message along to my brother and make sure he comes home safe and definitely not taken out of the state. So that's awesome. I did some trades. I traded some things that I've made for like little trinkets and whatnot, and that was awesome. I ate some s'mores. Dope as hell. If you ever get the chance to go to a Rainbow Gathering, do it. I would worry about very little. I mean, their number one rule is don't like steal stuff and call your mom. Like, they're just good people. Yeah, zero regrets. I might go back out later in the week, but I'm gonna officially call this adventure over and stop talking about it. Thanks, y'all. Have a nice day. I just want to throw in like a massive shout out for my buddy John, who is also Halcyon, the creator of Cascadian Lightfall, which is a Washington-based ambient black metal band. He's exceptional. He's probably known me longer than almost anyone at this point, and not only is he a stellar human being, he's killing it with his projects. So go check him out. I'm going to drop his Spotify in the links and his Instagram. He just started posting on Spotify, so if you could go show him some love, oh my goodness, that would mean the world to me. Thank you.